Well, hello, Glue Troopers. Max of Max's Models here. And after spending an evening staring at the wonderful rental car parking lot in Buffalo, we headed on down southbound over New York City and made our way down to the Sunshine State, Florida. And I was staying at a place, Dania Pointe shopping complex. It's near where some of our hotels are at. And after getting early dinner there, I saw they had a Hobby Lobby in the parking lot and figured, well, I'm here, nothing to do. Let's just go check out and see if the Hobby Lobbies down here are any better than the ones that I'm used to. As the fates would have it, this one was a little bit better stocked. They had a lot of different paints, a little bit better selection than what I'm used to. Although most of the stuff is exactly what Hobby Lobby normally carries, but they had pretty much every rack was full. There were one or two that need a little attention, but not a big deal. They also had these Gundam markers, which I'm not really familiar with. I guess their colors are specifically for Gundam. But they had a lot of the other kind of markers, the papers and everything else, the sanding papers and sanding sticks and all the little stuff, different kinds of glues and adhesives. Prices weren't too bad. I looked around. They had reasonable diorama supplies, stock styrene, stock flat metal, decals, a couple of specialty glues, weights and bodies for the Pinewood Derby type cars, the metal kits, metal earth kits. And they had a pretty respectable supply of Gundam kits. They had all the pre-made stuff. Again, this stuff that's normally you find at Hobby Lobby. It really wasn't anything out of the ordinary. This was the first one I'd seen that had the Atlantis B-29 and the Space Missile set. And that was really about the only thing I saw that I don't see at the other Hobby Lobbies. So I'm pretty sure they're ordering their stuff at a fairly uniform for each store. They did have the Tamiya M41. I'm not sure if I saw that Hobby Lobby before or not. I think I did. And again, the usual cars and everything. But it was nice that, unlike Michael's, not only they have a broader selection, but everything wasn't the same thing repeated. They had a lot of different stuff. The only thing that was a lot of place was the Titanic was over with the cars, but other than that, everything seemed to be just what you would expect. Of course, they had the big V8 engine model, and I wasn't disappointed for an afternoon wandering out after dinner. It was nice to see that they had a fully stocked, well organized, properly set up shelf. A good amount of the working equipment, the visors and things like that. Estes rack was full. There wasn't anything missing. Everything looked to be in its place. And of course their usual balsa wood selection. They even had a couple of the small pre-made rockets on the end cap, which is nice. I saw the Iwata airbrush kit, which I have seen at other Michaels, but they also had the support equipment and everything, several airbrush guns. Of course, that's all kept under lock and key, which is pretty normal. So I wasn't too disappointed. Next morning we're up early, back to New York to do a LaGuardia turn. I don't know if you know, but in the airline business we call anything below 10,000 feet Indian country. Not sure why, but blasted off out of LaGuardia, headed out over Nuevo York, had a pretty nice ride above the clouds, heading back to Florida. And when I got home, I had an email that had this picture in it from an old episode of Mannix. And the glue trooper pointed out that, hey, I think that astronaut in the background is the same one you have on the shelf, and I do believe you're right. So that was a neat little thing. I love it when kit models make their way into mainstream television and movies. Well, guys, I've got a really busy week, even though I am off at home. Haven't had a chance to touch the styrene yet. I do hope to get a live stream going here this Wednesday. 6 or 7 p.m. I'll see how the schedule's working, but we have a lot of stuff cooking, but I'd like to do it because I'll be working this weekend. Well, guys, I hope you're all doing well. Take care of yourselves, and as always, model on.